You're a full-time employee, but you want more control over your money and time. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 steps you must check off before turning your side hustle into full-time. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, millions of Americans were laid off. Their wages were lowered, and their working hours were decreased, causing many to hunt for new, creative ways to make money. For some, this meant looking for a new, possibly lucrative source of income. A side business. All you need to start a side hustle is some free time, a stable internet connection, and a passion project. Everything that earns money is fair game. Whether you're selling clothes online, walking dogs, or baking cakes. However, what may have started as a way to supplement income outside of the 9-to-5 is now causing economic disruption. The number of people filing 1099 tax forms, which include freelancers and self-employed workers, has increased 3 times faster than traditional employees filing W-2 forms in recent years. According to IRS data, many people have been inspired to make their side gig full-time employment. According to data from the Census Bureau, the number of new firms in the United States increased by over 42% in 2020, according to Shahar Arez, co-founder and CEO of Stoke Talent, a freelance talent management system. When you decide to freelance or start a side hustle, a whole new universe of career choices opens up for you. However, consider the risks of quitting the security of a full-time job to start a new business before taking the plunge. It's not for the faint of heart. Erez says, expect sleepless nights and the uncertainty of not being paid at the end of the month. So, how do you know when it's time to quit your day job and focus only on your side hustle? We spoke with business experts and entrepreneurs who had successfully made the switch. Step 1. Make happiness a top priority. Am I happy? Says Emily Jump, who just left her job as a marketing coordinator at a local dentist's office in Columbus, Ohio, to establish her side business, Columbus Cosmetic Inc. The answer will direct your next steps. If you spend your afternoons at work daydreaming about your side hustle and spending every free minute trying to expand your business, it may be time to resign. Follow your instinct. It's there for a reason, Jump suggests. Step 2. Create a business plan. It's vital to plan out how you'll develop your side hustle into a full-fledged business in the coming months if you want to keep it going. Websites like Nation 1099, Side Hustle Nation, and others can help new enterprises figure out their costs, consumer demand, and income projections. Because you won't have a manager to hold you accountable, you'll have to decide if you're willing to hold yourself accountable while growing your company. Nick Loper, CEO of Side Hustle Nation, recommends finding a mentor with a similar successful business and asking them how they got started. They can tell you what your lifestyle and money will be like in the next 3-5 years. He explains, taking these changes into account will help you determine what you're ready to take on. Step 3. Organize your financial situation. What is the most typical cause of new business failure? You've run out of money, Erez responds. Organizing your finances will allow you to determine whether you have sufficient funds in personal savings and income from your growing side hustle to cover your business and living expenditures. Erez recommends laying out your monthly living expenses, as well as the amount of money you plan to spend and produce on the business based on consumer demand. Ask yourself, how much money do I need in the bank while I'm waiting for the next customer? And how long do I have with my own savings? Erez clarifies, to assess if you and your finances are up to the task, conduct a financial analysis and establish a firm strategy for the next 3-12 months. Step 4. Recognize your starting point. Determine your risk tolerance before opting to become a full-time entrepreneur. Dasha Kennedy left her job as a default counselor at a St. Louis bank in 2018 to pursue a side business as a millennial financial coach. Her first piece of advice is to calculate how much money you'll need to make each month to cover all of your expenses. Before quitting your job, you should see if your side hustle is even bringing in enough to cover the baseline, because if it isn't, you'll quickly find yourself in a hole. She advises, to prevent slipping into the red, establishing your baseline can also help you define your rates and production plan. According to Loper, the most important factor to consider is if you're prepared to face the worst-case scenario. He inquires, how comfortable are you with possibly depleting your own money or having nothing to fall back on? It's possible that you'll have to swallow your pride, dust off your old resume, and begin looking for a new job. Step 5. Work smarter rather than harder. Many people believe that if they quit their full-time job to work on their business full-time, they will have plenty of time to enhance it. They don't realize that once it's your full-time career, you'll have a lot more demand and things to keep up with than when it was only on the side. You only have a certain amount of time. You won't be able to do everything. And just because it's your main work doesn't mean you won't want to take some time off now and then, right? It's vital to have safeguards in place to avoid your business from collapsing while you're away. So, before you make a move, make sure you have a strategy in place for dealing with everything. Here are some time-saving suggestions. Starting automating your social media accounts is a good idea. Think of hiring a virtual assistant. Look for ways to improve the efficiency of your procedure. Make a rule that you can only send items on Mondays and Thursdays. For example, is it time to make your side gig a full-time gig? The most important thing to remember is that when your side project turns into your main project, it's no longer just a fun, part-time side hustle for extra cash. You can't afford to let up on the gas pedal because this is your real job with a real employer, which is you. If anything, this is the moment to go for it as you've never gone before because it's your only source of money.